Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel today. Today we're going to be talking about our budget for the month of July. So July for me is going to be actually a 5-week stuffing, because there is essentially like 5 full weeks almost that we will end up getting paid for. And so the biggest thing in July is we're heading to Florida. So that's our first week, July 4th week. And that's basically our only plans, honestly, for July. So as you can see here, we're going to Florida. So scrolling down here, I did have some goals that I wanted to touch on. So one is I really want to fully fund the friends trip, which is also my friend's wedding, bachelorette, everything. And we're almost there. We're about $1,000 less. So I want to fund that trip. And then I also want to fund 2 of the baby categories. So I talk in my last binder redo that I wanted to start kind of finishing up and fully funding some of these envelopes so I can feel more accomplished. And so I did want to fully fund 2 baby categories, 2 baby binder categories this month. In addition, I wanted to save obviously still 1 more car payment. We're almost there, so close. I think October should be our last payment in general, but let's see where we are at with that. And then also I wanted to talk about reinvesting some of our CD money. So originally we had some CDs basically that are expiring at the end of the month, and instead of pulling it on and restuffing it into some of the binders, since we're not ready to buy a new house yet, I've decided that maybe it'd be better to just reinvest that. So going back to our income for the month, so again, there's going to be 5 paychecks essentially. So there's my paychecks, which is about $3,000, and then each of my husband's paycheck, which is about $34,000. It varies month to month, but that's about the average. And so total will be like $15,800. Our mortgage is about $2,800. Our car payment is $1,000. That's actually us already paying extra, but we always want to pay more because we do want to finish paying off for the car this year. Our HOA is $153, and for month ahead fund, I want to put away $1,000 into that. So that total is $4,920. Then going to our bills binder, so we're gonna be putting away about $400 into utilities, $50 into the phone bill, $40 into gym, because 40 is our amount. Phone bill, I will be fully funded by the end of this month for my plan next month. Car insurance will be putting in $150, and since we do have a 5 paycheck month, 5 paycheck week month, I do want to put a little bit extra into retirement, so I'm putting in $1,200. And then Terminex, I decided to pay for the yearly plan because you do save 5%, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when it's like $700 total for the full year, it's still a good amount. I think it's about $35 or so. So I did decide to do that. So this month I'm putting extra effort into that. I know it's last minute. I didn't know that they offer that before, or it might be something new that I just saw on the website. So that's why all of a sudden I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pay off for the year. And then car payment is $8,000 extra that I want to save. And then groceries will be $500, and eating out will be $500. I don't know how much of that we'll be spending, or if we're putting a lot of that into buffer, which is also totally fine. Gas, I'm putting $50, and then $100 for date night, hubby and myself, and that's just $20 a week. So yeah. Then we've got birthdays. I think at the $50 mark we'll be fully funded for birthdays for the rest of the year. So until Q3 I probably won't be stuffing anything, and then Q3 I'll start stuffing again for birthdays, for my friend's birthday in January. Holidays, I'm putting $50 in, gifts $50. Membership is fully funded, so we don't have to worry about that. And then self-care is whatever dollars I had left, I put into self-care. Clothes, as we said, we're not funding that anymore. And then household 50, toiletries 50, just 50 across the board for most of these. Then emergency fund, we're fully funded, so no longer needing to stuff that. But new house, we need to replenish that amount, so I'm putting in $500 for that. Home maintenance, we're putting in $100, and then we're gonna just do about $50 for each, except for meat, where we're putting $100 because I do want to continue funding that. We're $1,100 plus a $100 this month will be at $1,200. We need $2,000 for the half share of beef that we are looking to purchase either end of this year or beginning of next year. And then, so that's kind of like all our other budgets. And then moving on to our travel. So I know I just went on a cruise, but my husband and I booked another cruise for my birthday next year, which is coming up in January. So the previous cruise we had booked, like we had paid for this like deposit thing where we paid $200. So that was counted to our cruise trip last time already. But we put a deposit on, and this wouldn't be due until like September, maybe October, honestly. And the cruise itself is total is about $1,000. So we put $100. We're starting off with $100. It's a pretty cheap cruise, but we do have to pay for flights and everything. And it's right after New Year's, so I'm still deciding if we want to do something for Christmas/New Year's and then maybe fly directly there. Like, not really sure what the situation is, so that's why I haven't booked the flights yet. And then Asia, we're putting $1,000 away. Beach trip, we will have gone on it already, and we don't need to fund it because, again, my parents haven't paid for their half of the hotels or the what do you call it, or the Airbnb. So they will have paid me for that, and so that would have funded that. The reason, oh, okay, yes. And then also I used some rewards points for one of our nights in Tennessee, so that helped there. And then for friends trip, we're only about $1,000 short from fully funding that, so I wanted to fully fund that this trip. And then for the parents trip, we put whatever extra we had plus $1,000 into the parents trip. And then anniversary, we also wanted to put $1,000 away. And then for the baby binder, we just decided to put $50 in each plus $100 in hospital and childcare. I think there's like 2 different buckets that will be fully funded at the end of the month, which is clothes and toys. Or yeah, I think it's clothes and toys, which will be fully funded at $500 each, which I think is good enough, honestly. And then the other ones are a little bit more expensive of price tag, so that's why we're not fully funding it. But that's how we want to kind of budget our monthly amount. We'll see how much what we actually end up stuffing every week, because that's gonna differ based on how much we get paid in each paycheck. But that's kind of the approximate that I'm looking at. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this makes sense to you guys. Tell me where you guys are at with your budget, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.